The function g is defined by g of x equals to x times x negative 2 times x positive 6 whole square. The value of g of 7 negative w is 0, where w is a constant. What is the sum of all possible values of w? Okay, now let me consider this information. That is g of 7 negative w equals to 0. Here, this is the stuff we have for g of x. Now, to get the stuff for g of 7 negative w, we have to plug in the 7 negative w for each x in this expression. Then we get 7 negative w times 7 negative w negative 2 times 7 negative w positive 6 the whole square equals to 0. Here, the product of three quantities is equal to 0. Since the product of three quantities is equal to 0, one or more of these three quantities must be 0 so that the product can be 0. Okay, so the first one may be 0. In that case, we get the equation 7 negative w equals to 0. Or the second one may be 0. Then we get 7 negative w negative 2 equals to 0. Or the third one may be 0. We get 7 negative w positive 6 the whole square equals to 0. Okay, now let's solve for w in this equation. For that, we have to subtract 7 from both sides of this equation. This 7 negative 7 will cancel out. I am getting negative w equals to negative 7. Let's multiply both sides of this equation by negative 1. When I multiply this one by negative 1, I am getting positive w. When I multiply this one by negative 1, I am getting positive 7. Here I got a value for w, that is 7. Let's do the same thing in this equation. So let's combine this positive 7 and negative 2. Then I am getting 5. We can write this negative w as it is. On the right side we have 0. Let me subtract 5 from both sides of this equation. This 5 negative 5 will cancel out. I am getting negative w equals to negative 5. Let's multiply both sides of this equation by negative 1. When I do so, I am getting w on the left side. When I multiply this one by negative 1, I am getting positive 5. Okay, now let's solve for w in the third equation. First, we have to get rid of this exponent 2. For that, we have to take square root on both sides of this equation. Then the square root and square root cancel out. I am getting 7 negative w positive 6 equals to square root of 0 is 0. Let's combine this positive 7 and 6. Then I am getting positive 13. Negative w equals to 0. Let me subtract 13 from both sides of this equation. This 13 negative 13 will cancel out. I am getting negative w equals to negative 13. Let's multiply both sides of this equation by negative 1. Then we get w equals to 13. Okay, I got three values for w. And the question is we have to find the sum of all possible values of w. So that is we have to add all the three values of w. Okay, let me do it. That is 7 positive 5 positive 13. So when I add these values, I am getting 25. So the sum of all possible values of w is 25.